Hi, everybody. I'm Andrea Patten. I'm the author of some books. The Inner Critic Advantage, Making Peace with the Noise in Your Head. I'm also a co-founder of Amelia.Indie Authors, and I'm lucky to be here today with my friend, my longtime friend, Lisa Wilber, who will be presenting at the Passion and Power for Your Stories event here on the island on February 16th and 17th. So, hi, Lisa.
Hi.
How's it
Good
going?
morning.
So, Lisa and I have been jumping through what do you call those things? Time zone hoops to find a time that would work for both of us because she is currently Rocky Mountain High and I am uh, on the right coast. So, um, Lisa and I go back quite a long way. I got involved with a group of direct selling people because my first book, What Kids Need to Succeed, had a lot of good things for that particular audience. And I went to a conference and connected with some people, and everybody kept asking me, obviously, where I was from, which at the time was New Hampshire. And oh, do you know Lisa Wilber? Because everybody in New Hampshire knows everybody, or Lisa's at least, famous in our realm here. Um, and it turned out I didn't. So I sent her an email and I said, hey, all these people keep saying we need to know each other. So we got together and the rest is kind of history. So why don't you introduce yourself a little bit better than I did, Lisa? And,
Oh,
we'll
geez.
try to have a semi-normal conversation instead of the kind you and I usually have.
Well, thank you very much for having me on here. And I'm so excited to go down to Florida and share the whole book launch experience that I've experienced lately. It's been this project has been so amazing, the new book. But my background, my main way that I earn money is I'm an Avon representative, and I have been since 1981 when I was obviously a wee child, don't do the math, right, right, right. But alongside that, I've always done different entrepreneurial projects and other affiliate programs. And books is something that I've been doing all along, self-published, of course. But this particular project, I'm part of the Go Giver Success Alliance with Bob Berg for the Go Giver books. And do you mind if I tell that part? Because that is
Oh,
my
please tell that
favorite.
part. I love
That is
that
my
part.
favorite part. So we were on a Go Giver Success Alliance Zoom, and I happened to have blue hair. Don't ask. That was like a bucket list thing. I wanted to have blue hair once in my life, and I had blue hair. But on that call, it was the first call I was on the Go Giver Success Alliance with, and Jeff West was on there too. And I was feeling I joined that group to be around people that were far above what I was doing. I was trying to step up my game. But what comes with that is me being hugely intimidated by the other people. And then I'm sitting there with blue hair. So I almost decided to say something about the hair I was like explaining myself. So what I decided to do is say a joke about the hair. So I raised my hand on the Zoom call and I said, if you want to have less judgment in your life, go ahead and dye your hair blue. This is working for me. I go down the grocery store and I see some lady in a tight skirt, and I'm thinking, man, that lady's got a tight skirt on, said the lady with the blue hair. And when I said that, Jeff West, who also was new to the call, wrote in the chat section that would make a great title for a book. And believe it or not, I know that one, and I found something else out lately. Jeff has known Bob as long as I have. We've both known him over 20 years, and yet our paths never crossed until that Zoom call.
Wow.
I know it. It just all seems funny, like it would. But I was telling somebody that this morning, and I thought maybe that's right that that happened that way in the universe or something, because I'm not sure I had the skills to be as good a partner as I have been prior to this, because I had a bigger skill set when I ran into him. and probably feels the same way. We have different skills, and it's just been a perfect fit as far as the book has gone. So, but that one thing that he said in the chat box turned into a book because he reached out to me and said, you know what? And this was like a year later. We've been joking about that book because of the title. Let's just go ahead and do it. And I thought, I've got to start saying yes to more stuff because that's how my businesses are going to grow. And I said yes because I trusted him because Bob trusts him. And he trusted that I could get my part of the book project done. So he trusted me too. So it's just, it feels like lightning struck, and I was able to let it happen and go with it. That's what it feels like. It's kind of awesome.
Very exciting. And just to fill in details in case we're connecting with people for the first time. So Lisa co-authored Said the Lady with the Blue Hair with a man by the name of Jeff West. And they run the Blue Hair Brigade on Facebook and do a dynamic Blue-O podcast.
And all of those things were started, the Facebook group, because that's part of my launch strategy. It was originally called the Team Blue launch page, and we've switched it to the Blue Brigade. So the Blue Hair Brigade.
And
Sorry.
I just want to brag about you for a minute. I'm just making a mess of myself over here today, which is kind of usual. I promise I'll clean up for the workshop. It's one of those days. It's rainy. By Florida standards, it's cold. The dogs have been in and out 1,000 times.
Of course.
Making a mess,
Yeah,
all of the above. And I'm just following suit. Um, so one of the reasons that I asked Lisa to come and share her marketing strategy in this workshop is that the Said the Lady with the Blue Hair came out and went straight to #1 on its first publication day. #1 in its genre, which is any place we can get as indie authors, any place we can get to #1 is pretty wonderful. So, what I think I wrote to Nancy was, my friend, this is not her primary business, and her book is #1. We need to find out how she did it, because we have these wonderful, wonderful indie authors who beat their brains out and write wonderful books, but never anticipate how they're going to get out into the world. Never quite plan that far ahead. It's like I always feel like a big blue meanie, sticking with today's
a big
theme,
blue meanie.
when I say, some days, guys, writing the book is the easy part.